Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about 10 mistakes guys always make. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Awkward awareness. First dates are notoriously awkward. You don't know each other, you're not comfortable around each other, you're both testing the waters, trying to gauge whether or not the other person really likes you. But there's one mistake guys always make on first dates. Just because the atmosphere is a little uncomfortable, it doesn't mean you have to make things worse. Many guys think acknowledging an awkward moment will relieve the tension. They say, "Well, this is awkward," hoping to get a laugh or a smile. These well-meaning comments make the atmosphere even more uncomfortable because awkwardness is now the focal point of the conversation. Hey, if it wasn't obvious before, it's obvious now, so you're going to feel even more on edge than you did before. So don't acknowledge the awkwardness of a first date, at least not out loud. You can acknowledge the awkwardness in your head, but you should stay comfortable and confident on the outside. A date or conversation is only awkward if you let it be awkward. If you're upbeat and confident, she'll follow your lead, and your date will go a whole lot better. So don't talk about how awkward things are. Have fun, stay calm and comfortable, and if you do, the awkward atmosphere will disappear in no time. Number 2. Intentional carelessness. Every guy wants to appear cool and confident. In your minds, this carefree persona may be everything a woman wants. Nonchalant, self-assured, mysterious. But a careless attitude is not going to win her over. In fact, it's going to push her away. Okay, so here's the problem with any confident and carefree persona. You see yourself as playing it cool, but she reads something completely different. From her perspective, you're not carefree, you're careless. She may interpret your attitude as a lack of investment. In other words, she thinks you want to leave. If your date thinks you're not interested, she's going to pull away. She'll think the relationship has no potential or future, so she'll move on to someone new. So instead of playing it cool, show her that you care. Confidently prove to her that you're interested and invested. There are a number of different ways to show interest. For example, good listening skills show her that she has your undivided attention. But be careful, you don't want to be overly excited or eager. That can and will scare her off. But don't worry about playing it cool. That carefree persona isn't getting you anywhere. Number 3. Stick to their guns. Do you plan your dates ahead of time? Before going on a date, every guy should have a plan. Otherwise, you're in for an awkward time. So what should your plan look like? This is where many men go wrong. They use the same cookie-cutter dates over and over. Okay, let's say there's a steakhouse down the street that you love. Over the years, this steakhouse has become your signature spot for first dates. No matter who you're dating, you always go there. But what if you're dating a vegetarian? What if your date isn't a fan of fancy one-on-one dinners? My point is, don't use the same dates for every person. You should tailor your date to the person you're dating. Pick something that suits her specific interests. Better yet, choose a place you two have talked about before. Let's say you talked about getting ice cream at a place downtown. Just take her there for your first date. A personalized date will make a much better impression. Number 4. Absent chemistry. Dating is complicated. Men have a lot to think about. In the beginning stages, you want to read her body language. You want to time everything perfectly. You want to plan the right dates and make the right moves. But there's one factor that men consistently forget. If you want to date someone, you have to get along. Many men seek out relationships before connecting on a personal or emotional level. Okay, let's say, for example, you're on a date with someone you find attractive. You plan a nice dinner, you create a perfect opportunity to get to know each other, but you spend the whole date worrying about what comes next. You're so nervous you hardly digest anything about her. You're so focused on the future, the present is slipping through your fingers. So stop making this common mistake. Slow down. Don't worry about what comes next and get to know your date in the moment. If you want to be in a relationship with someone, you need more than dates and romantic gestures. On a basic level, you need chemistry, and the best way to build that chemistry is talking. Talk about your day. Talk about your favorite hobbies. Tell her about your goals for the future. Then ask about hers. They seem simple and insignificant, but these conversations separate bad matches from long-term partners. These conversations tell you whether or not you've chosen the right person for you. So, worry less about your first kiss and think more about your chemistry. Number 5. Questioning choices. Men make this huge mistake on a regular basis. In the early stages of a relationship, don't question the person you're dating. If you make her question her own decisions, you're going to drive her away. Okay, just imagine you and your date are looking for a place to eat. You decide on a burger place that you both love. Your date tells you that she's craving a milkshake too. Thoughtlessly, you say, "You're getting a milkshake and a burger? That's a lot of food." Oh, you may not mean any harm. Maybe you were making a joke, but comments like these can ruin your date immediately. She doesn't want you to weigh in on her decisions, big or small. Would you like it if your date questioned your decisions? No, you wouldn't. So don't question hers. Number 6. Insecure misdirection. Do you bring up intelligent topics just to sound smart? Do you overdress to make women think you're wealthy? Countless men pretend to be something they're not. They change or obscure their real identity. Why is that? Because they think money, power, and IQ points make them more attractive and impressive. But she won't be impressed. In fact, she'll leave you on the spot. Because this kind of misdirection shouts one thing loud and clear: you're not confident in who you are. You pretend to be someone else because you don't have faith in the real you. To almost anyone, that's a deal breaker. Number 7. Perfect or nothing. Your date doesn't have to be perfect. The most important thing isn't how incredible your date is, it's the effort you put into it. This is where many guys go completely wrong. They imagine a date so impressive that any girl will instantly fall for them. But you don't need to do something extraordinary. You don't need to spend mountains of money to get her attention. Whatever you plan, she wants to see that you tried, that you made a plan and considered her individual interests. Hey, it's okay if your plan ultimately falls through. It's all right if things don't go exactly the way you wanted them to. Sometimes mistakes can make unforgettable memories. Even if everything goes wrong, she may like you more because you cared enough to try. Number 8. All up front. What topics should you avoid on a first date? Many men go too deep too fast. A first date is not the right place to talk about your future family. It's not the right place to criticize your exes or reflect on personal trauma. On a first date, you should get to know each other on a basic level. You want to see if you have chemistry, if you make each other laugh, if you can hold a steady conversation. So don't get ahead of yourself. Don't suddenly reveal your deepest, darkest secrets. You'll get to know each other over time, but right now, just keep all those skeletons inside the closet. Number 9. Dominating the conversation. How often do you talk about yourself? On a first date, it's important to share details about your personal life. You should tell her about things you like. You should talk about hobbies and passions you care about. But just make sure you're not dominating the conversation. Many men spend every minute talking about themselves. You tell stories, you talk about your career, you joke about your friends, you had a great time laughing at yourself. But what about her? Do you think she's having as much fun as you are? This is an incredibly frustrating experience, so don't spend the entire date talking about yourself, no matter how entertaining you think you are. If you want to build chemistry, the conversation has to go both ways. Ask her about her life, encourage her to share her own stories, and most importantly, listen to everything she says. Don't sit there and wait for your next opportunity to speak. If you're only interested in yourself, then you're going to miss your shot. Number 10. Playing tricks. Last but not least, don't use tricks to make someone like you. There are countless tricks and techniques circulating around, but many of these tricks send confusing signals. Some are downright manipulative. They claim to win any girl's heart, but you're not winning her over, you're toying with her feelings, and you're pushing her away. Tricks are never the right way to start your relationship. She may think you're uninvested and careless. She may realize how manipulative you really are. Either way, those tricks will scare her away. So don't make the same mistakes men always make. You don't need tricks to make a connection. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.